Hey, Empire Radio.
Yes.
Hello.
What is Drew's soundboard's favorite actor in Star Wars?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's Bill Burr. Burr, 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 burr.
Oh, wrong button.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Everyone, welcome back to another interview-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Skyking.
And we are back with another Imperial interview. And if you are subscribed to us on YouTube and you saw that we did some fan reviews of the Mandalorian Grogu movie, Skyking was on there and he did one of the interviews with us. So that's pretty exciting. So if you missed that, go on YouTube and watch his Mando and Grogu movie review, as well as the others that we had. A lot of fun. But he's been sending in voicemails for a while, and he's been part of the culture of Empire Radio. And was like, we gotta get this guy on for a full-on interview. It'd be a lot of fun, and he agreed. And so we have Sky King on tonight. But before we get into the interview, just a friendly reminder that we have our Patreon started, and last week we have our first ever Patreon exclusive content, and it's the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, my review with Drew. And so if you want to go see what I have to say, any hot takes I got, all that stuff, go subscribe. Cheapest tier is $3. So you can afford that. That's super cheap. Right?
And if you want to see me apparently get something wrong, you got to watch it.
Yep. So
Just remember, I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. I'm a Star Wars guy. So if I say something wrong, that's not right. It happens, okay?
Yep. And we're trying to get Tanner on for the next one because he's like
moderate us.
He's the Lord of the Rings, like he's the top guy. So, but we'll see. So that'll be the next recording for July, and we'll also have Avatar: The Last Airbender season 2 live action on Netflix sometime next month as well. So get excited for that. But enough of that. Sky King, you're up. We're gonna have our good interview with you tonight, and so as always, the first question that we have is, what is your Star Wars story? In other words, how did you become a Star Wars fan? Take it away.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember at all the first time I watched Star Wars. I remember as a little kid, like it being on TV every once in a while, watching A New Hope. I remember the trash compactor scene and being like kind of scared of it, with the walls coming in. What is it? The Dianoga that's in it.
Yeah.
And for a long time, most of my youth, that was it. I remember watching it one time at my cousin's house in Alaska in their basement and sneaking upstairs one night, and the adults were upstairs watching a movie, and it was Attack of the Clones. And I remember watching, like peeking up over the stairs, looking at the TV because I thought it was like something I wasn't supposed to be watching, and that's why all the adults were upstairs, and thinking like, this is cool. And Boba Fett and Jango Fett and Obi-Wan on Camino fighting in the rain. That's the only part I saw, but it was freaking sick. So, yeah, me and the kind of people that I hang out with are all, on the nerdier side. So through my like teenage into young adult years, I've been a casual Star Wars fan. I think I don't know if I only owned a box set of the original trilogy or if I had the prequels also, but I remember Revenge of the Sith at one point was like my favorite movie, and watched all the sequels when they came out in theaters. But I was just a casual fan until three things happened. So one of the things that Disney Plus came out with Mandalorian. Second thing that happened, find the Mandalorian podcast, start listening to all
Oh.
sorts of stuff about Star Wars. And then the third thing is after Mandalorian was done, Moff Gideon whips out that dark saber. I'm like, oh, what is this? Because I don't know. So I watched Clone Wars, binged it real fast, just in time for season 7 to come out, and loved it. It's amazing, and ever since then I've been the biggest Star Wars fan I know, aside from like you guys, but
Right.
in my sphere and people around me, like, you say you're a Star Wars fan, you don't even know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm a kind of a late bloomer on it, but I'm into it. I consume as much as I can.
Then you're married, right? So you have your
Yeah.
wife. How is she like? Just kind of there to support you, or where is she
No,
with
she
the
likes
fan?
it too. She's not, on the same level as me as like kind of obsession with it, but she does like it and watches everything too and enjoys it.
That's dope.
Try and get her to listen to you guys. She listened to the Mando and Grogu breakdown. She'll probably listen to this.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
don't
that's a pretty
force her
cool.
to do that. You only torture her.
Hey.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool that like you're more of a late bloomer, because I feel like maybe I think Retta was the only other one that was like late bloomer with like Star Wars stuff until she kind of found us and got connected. Because I think there's something. It might have been like Mando season 2. Like she was just watching Mandalorian, and then like she found our breakdowns, and then it kind of got her connected to more Star Wars stuff. So the late bloomers are always the ones that are always the most interesting to me, because it's like you have the least amount of time to like do stuff.
And
so
some people say about Clone Wars, like, I've heard people on the podcast say that people only like Clone Wars because of nostalgia, because they watched it when they were a kid. Like, no, I didn't watch it until, like late 2019, early 2020, and I loved it, like from the beginning. Like,
yeah,
it's genuinely a great show.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd even watch it all the way through. When we started the Mandalorian podcast, I didn't even finish Clone Wars.
Right.
Because I like watched it when it was like on Cartoon Network or whatever, like here and there, but I never like sat down and watched it until we were recording the Mandalorian podcast, and Jeremiah was mentioning it all the time. And like I knew what the Darksaber was, but like I didn't know like the lore. And so like as we were doing the Mandalorian show, I was watching the Clone Wars, like I was binging it at the same time. So I'm kind of with you on that. Like I love the Clone Wars, but I didn't grow up like watching it. Like I remember going to the theater and watching the Clone Wars movie when it came out, like that. Because for me, it's like I love Star Wars in the theater. So if I can do that, like when that movie came out, that was so cool. But I never like kept up with it because I didn't have cable, so I wasn't like capable to just sit there and watch it.
Right.
So
I didn't even know that was a thing until watching it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, if you're sitting there and you haven't watched the Clone Wars because you think it's like a kid show, or don't be afraid to watch it. Like there's like a list out there too that I would highly recommend, because that's how I watched it. I didn't watch it like through episode 1 all the way.
Yeah, there's the chronological watching, which is it's mostly as it was released, but it jumps around a little bit.
It's a lot easier to follow that way.
Yeah, and I didn't watch Clone Wars until like 2015 or something like that. Like
when Disney bought it, right?
No, it was on Netflix still. So I watched Clone Wars on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And it was right after, around the time when they like released season 6, like the lost episodes that were just a partial season. And so I didn't even know it existed until like I think I randomly saw some clips on YouTube of something. I was like, "What is this?" And that got me connected. So fun. Well, that's your
That's
Star
sweet.
Wars story, Drew. What's now we gotta get into our whole list of top twos.
Questions?
Let's
So what's
go.
the first category, Drew?
Yeah, what's your top 2 starships?
Okay. First off, I was listening back through some of the older interviews to prepare, and you guys always
Ooh.
mention you have to specify starships.
Yeah, it's not ships because Jeremiah used to say ships
I feel like
on
you
our
guys
list.
could just make that
I don't
one
know
of the
why we
questions.
talk about this every time. Okay,
We gotta
every time we do it.
do an episode, and it's like we want to do like for like Valentine's Day
why.
special, but then we keep doing
Oh,
book
I
reviews for
see.
Valentine's Day
Gotcha.
special. So
Don't we have another book review like already like ready to go for that Valentine's this year?
yeah, we got A New Dawn or whatever I think it's called.
Yeah,
That's what
something
we're
like
supposed to. Well, we could still do. Maybe we could do it soon this summer. We could just do it just to have fun. But I don't know. But starships. Start with your number
You're
2 and do
okay.
your number 1.
So first one is this little paperclip, the LAAT,
Yeah.
the gunship.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel like my starship favorites are super deep,
Right.
but just the looks awesome. I love clone troopers. They fly around. It's just like a helicopter in like Vietnam dropping off all the soldiers or
It's like a
something.
Black Hawk.
Yeah, it's just cool. It has the ball turrets, the lasers on the side. Just everything about it's cool. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And
That's
you
fair.
can if you have a paper clip, you have a little
Yep.
toy. So yeah, that's number 2. Number 1, again, there's no real big reason for it at all, but it's a Venator class Star Destroyer. Another clone
Ooh.
thing.
Yeah.
Again, they just look cool. It's like it looks like a Star Destroyer but cooler because it's not just a perfect triangle. It like has the little cuts out on the side, and they usually have like some red markings on it. I think they just look cool. If I could have any Lego set at all, it would be the UCS Venator. It's like 3.5 feet and
Jeez.
like 5 or 6,000 pieces, something like that. It's
That's an older set
too
too,
expensive. It is kind of older, yeah. I think so.
That's
I,
sweet.
But yeah,
I think I saw something today. I didn't click on it and look it up, but it said something like some like yacht company was gonna make some yachts that were in the shape of like the Venator class. Like,
Dude, I would
like,
go on that.
take my money.
well, I don't think you got like
Oh,
$100 million
$5.
to get those giant
All
yachts. But I don't know if it was AI or if it was this concept or whatever. But I was like, dang, there's probably some rich
Yeah.
Star Wars fan that would.
They should
make that.
do a Star Wars cruise ship, but it's like Java's like
Java's little
Sand
ship,
barge.
yeah.
yes.
Sandbarge,
Wouldn't that be
yeah.
dope? Like I would go on that cruise.
It's such a
As long as Max Rebo's there in his band.
Dude,
playing.
100%.
that'd be like a niche thing though. Like a lot of people would be turned off to go on that if it was if they
I
weren't
think
Star Wars
you
fans.
would have fun for like a day, and then like you'd be like, okay, now what? Like, what do we do now? Like, you wake up and you have a droid going around with drinks. You're like, okay, I get it, but like after one day, like if you're there for 5 days, that would probably get old.
And then like all the crew would have to be dressed up as like Gamorrean guards, and that's just like you don't want to wake up to that.
Just pigs everywhere.
Yep.
It'd be kind of cool though. Just
Yeah.
saying. Disney, if you're listening, I need a
Yep.
cut.
All right, cool.
One more thing about
Yeah.
Venators, real quick. I see somebody on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. They're making a Lego Venator to scale to a minifig.
Okay.
So, and it's huge. They said it takes up like the size of like a major city intersection. And I think they're building it in like some giant warehouse or a hangar or something.
Dang.
Whoa.
It's probably going to take forever, but who knows?
That's
if
true
they'll
because the
ever finish
minifigs
that,
is
but they
like
have started.
Dang, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
To see. And then what do you do when it's done?
You destroy it, right? You blow it up.
You watch it.
sell tickets for people to come check it out. Monetize.
Yep. All right, fun. Well, next one is top 2 lightsabers.
Okay, kind of same with the starships, not very deep, no real good meaning behind any of these, just besides what I like. For number 2, I'll go with Dooku's. Just because it looks cool, it's curved, which is kind of unique. There's a few that are curved, but his is like the OG curved one.
Right.
And besides how it looks, I also like it. Have you guys seen the meme with this curved lightsaber? It's like the Drake meme where he's like no or yeah, but it's a Count Dooku, and it's like, for example, like somebody with a stick and it's a straight stick and he's just staring at the screen all upset, or somebody holding up a curved stick and he's like, ha, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, memes. Yeah, it's got the memes going for that one too. But for my number 1, Mace Windu's.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
It looks cool. Like the hilt is fine. It's cool, but I mean, purple lightsaber,
gold on it too.
Yeah,
cool.
It is. It's all pretty shiny with silver and gold on it. Purple. I mean, purple's my favorite color, and if I had a lightsaber, I'd probably want it to be purple.
Oh, dang.
That's fair.
And then also the inscription that he has on it. The very Samuel L. Jackson saying that's not going to be spoken on this podcast, but he has a BMF inscribed on his lightsaber.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that either. That's dope.
Is it in like the Arabish? Like
no, it's not.
Oh, I didn't know
There's
that.
a picture. If you look that up, there's a picture of him holding his lightsaber with that.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that. That's kind of funny.
That's pretty cool. So when you buy the hilt at Disney, does it come with that?
Doubt
Probably
it.
not.
They should do it, but just in Arabic. That would be
sick. Do they have his saber?
Yeah,
available?
You can buy it. Yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Really,
it's one of the
actually,
good-looking ones too.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. But actually, my real favorite lightsaber is like my custom Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis one that I make for him. But that's not canon. That doesn't count. I'll post it in the Discord sometime because it's pretty.
There you go. Follow us on Discord if you want to see that one.
All right, Drew. What's up next?
Your top 2 favorite droids.
Yeah, so I mean, you can go 2 ways with this. You could go like specific individual droids, or you could go like types of droids.
Right.
I went with types of droids, but I will shout out B2 EMO and Chopper are both my 2 favorite like individual droids. But for number 2, it may surprise many to hear this if you know me and you've heard me talk about this, but my number 2 is Gonk Droid.
Yeah, brr, brr, brr.
Yeah, Gonk, Team Gonk. Not my number 1, but I mean, Gonks are pretty great. I mean, they just kind of, walk around.
Don't do anything. Plug in.
They're cute little droids. I don't remember who it was that did an interview who said, if I was a droid, I'd be a Gonk droid. Amen, sister. Just gonking around. Yep, that's pretty much me. Do you guys know? There's a guy. I don't know if he's just on Twitter, if he does Instagram or Facebook or whatever. A guy calls himself Kyle Katarn, and he just does videos and streaming
I've seen him.
And stuff. Yeah, he did a playthrough of Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, where he went through, and every time there was a Gonk droid, he'd stop and he'd review the Gonk droid and give it a rating out of 10.
Funny.
Like, yeah, that's how it is. Gonks are great. Yeah. My number one is B1 battle droids.
Oh, okay.
And
Cool.
because they're adorable. They look cute. My wife says they look like little bunnies, which I can kind of see, like their heads, and they have little ears, kind of little antennas that look like ears. And they're hilarious. I mean,
Yep.
every time there's a B1 battle droid on my TV screen, I feel blessed. They make hilarious jokes. They make hilarious sounds. They're just, it's just
That's a
all
pretty good
funny.
impression.
Oh, there may be more impressions that aren't very good, but we'll hang on for those ones for a few minutes. But B1 battle droids. I guess I'm in charge now. Yeah, they're hilarious.
They are.
I saw a clip on again Jedi Survivor where Cal like force pulls one. It's just like hello, and as he grabs him and pulls him, and then he chucks it off a cliff. Goodbye. They're great. I love them.
All right, fun. All right, well, next up, top 2 creatures in Star Wars.
Top 2 creatures. So my number one, I've had that number one for a long time, but I really had to think about number 2, and I decided to go with Vractal, specifically
Ooh.
Obi-Wan's Boga. That's what he names his
the one that he
Vractal.
rides. Yep.
Yep. They just look cool, They got the feathers and got lots of colors.
They make cool noises too.
And the noises, I'm not going to do an impression of that because that would be awful. Not bad. There you go.
No,
Better than whatever I would do. Yeah, they're cool. I don't remember it very well because it's been a long time since I read the Revenge of the Sith novel, but it talks a lot more about Boga in it, and Obi-Wan kind of has like a relationship with it and connection to it, and it's kind of cool. I really like that.
Isn't there a book that we read that talked about it?
Yeah, in Master and Apprentice,
Yeah,
him and Qui-Gon and people on that planet, they have games that they play with it or something. Like they like kind of like polo, kind of like horse polo type of thing, kind of, or something.
Yeah, because the one that he has in that he met earlier.
Oh,
so like it recognized him, right?
What?
Something like that. Because the one that
he didn't. It's not. They're not the same. The book and the one in the movie aren't the same one.
Oh, I thought they were.
Because I think that species is native to that planet or like that region of the galaxy, so they're just on that planet. But he learned how to ride them when he was
That's what it was.
a Padawan, and he got really connected with them. So
yeah, I tried reading that book, and I don't know why. I was listening to the audiobook, and just nothing was sticking with me. I couldn't remember anything that was happening. Eventually, I just gave up on it.
Oh, dang. That was a good book. We did a review on that, so if you're listening, go check out that movie, Master and Apprentice. Did we do that one with Andrew?
I think so.
I think Andrew came back for that one. Maybe I can't remember, but it was a good mystery at the end, like what was going to happen, how was it going to play out. But all right, that's your number 2.
Yep. And then my number 1 is Acklay. The I don't even know. They're kind of praying mantis like
dragon thing from the arena.
From the arena,
the green, yeah.
They're scary. They're big. I feel like out of the 3 creatures in the arena, that's probably the one I'd least want to go up against.
Oh, no way. The next 2, that was the scariest one. That one's like,
I don't know. Ackley's a lot bigger. It's got the same kind of teeth that the Nexu has too.
Yeah.
It's got these pincers and man. Back when OG Battlefront 2, when you play the Felucia map, those are all over the place and they always wreck you.
Oh, dang. All right, cool.
Yeah, those are cool. Again, not very deep, but
right,
they're just cool and I like them.
Yep. And so then we're going to switch it up a bit. Skyking requested that we go to his hot take after the Creatures one. So I was like, oh, what is this? Creature hot take or something? So what's your Star Wars hot take?
So I pulled a fast one on you. It's not about creatures. It's about music, which is the next question.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh.
So my hot take, it'll probably upset some people, but I think Ludwig Göransson makes the best music in Star Wars.
Oh, dang.
Ooh, that is a hot take.
The best, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. Whenever I go back and listen to Star Wars music, I mean, John Williams is iconic and he's the GOAT and everything, but I find myself going back and listening to The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. I know he didn't do all the music in Book of Boba Fett, but even stuff outside of Star Wars, I'll go listen to some music from Tenet or whatever. He's done a few things. He just won an Oscar for Sinners, but
he did
dang.
Sinners?
I think so, yeah. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it.
That sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure he just won an Oscar for it.
Did he do a couple like Marvel movies too?
Black Panther.
That's how, I thought
that's how he got in with Sinners. Yeah,
because of that's how he got
Ryan
in with
Coogler.
I thought that's how he got in with Star Wars with Jon Favreau.
Oh, it could be.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because Black Panther definitely came out before The Mandalorian, right?
That came out.
Chat, help us out. Where is Yaretzi?
I think that came out. I don't know where Yaretzi. I think that came out in spring. I think it came out spring 2018 because I think it came out before Infinity War, and like I hadn't seen it. I was like, I had to quick see it before the theater so I could have seen it before Infinity War. So
yeah, he did the music for those. Yeah,
you're right. 2018.
So there we go.
So that's before Mando. That's after Mando, right?
No, Mando was 2019.
Oh yeah, so
November.
That's how he got in. Then I was right.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's probably how he got in, because no one really knew who he was.
Yeah, I feel like most people still don't know who he is. Like,
even
they should.
Even when you like listen to like that theme, like at first people were like, "Do I?" It feels like Star Wars. Like, do I like? It took a little bit for some fans to like catch on to that theme. I feel
right.
Like
I think it's a good like musical cue. Like the main theme is like a good musical cue. I really like that cue in the Book of Boba Fett when Boba and Fennec are talking and they're like, "We need to hire someone." And like, well, I know who we can hire. I got credits. And then you hear the Mando theme, like, oh dang! Like,
that was
such a cool moment. That was like one of my favorite moments of like that whole show. Like, it was just a good musical cue. But well, that's a good hot take. Any other comments on that hot take?
We can move on, and I'll expand a little bit more.
Sure.
There's a very hot take, though.
Jon Favreau I know.
Is like the GOAT.
But as you mentioned, the next up is musical themes or tracks. So go ahead.
Yes. So I decided on these ones before I decided on my hot take, and I picked two songs, and they were both by him. So like, oh dang! Like my favorite music in Star Wars is all Ludwig. And so number 2, and this. We'll see how you guys feel about this. I'm kind of cheating. It's kind of cheap. But in Book of Boba Fett, and what was it? Is it season or episode 5 that is the Mando episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get the whole intro with him taking the bounty, cuts the guy in the table in half with the dark saber, and walks out. And we start hearing the opening theme song, and instead of Book of Boba Fett, instead of Mandalorian, we get like a good 10 seconds of this theme that's mixed for both Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian theme.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved both of those already. Like every episode of Book of Boba Fett, I'm just like, oh yeah, this theme song, it's a bop, it's a banger. And then he does this one. I'm just like, oh, this is sick. And it only lasts like 10 seconds,
Right.
so. But I go back and I listen to that just because it's hype. But on the interwebs, on YouTube, there's a page called Samuel Kim Music,
Right.
and he took that and he extended it into like the full theme songs for
Right.
both Mandalorian and Boba Fett, and I listen to that often, and it is amazing.
Yeah, that guy
I
was pretty
recommend it.
big for a while, and then like he hasn't done anything for like 3-4 years now on that channel on YouTube. So I don't know what he's
I've
doing with
never
his life,
seen
but
any videos from him except that one. But that
really,
one
he does
is
all
an
kinds of
absolute
Star Wars
banger.
music. He does like Marvel music. He did all kinds of stuff back in the day, mashups and stuff. And
He
then like
probably doesn't make money on it.
no, he makes money because it's all like his
Probably
own
is.
stuff. But like,
Yeah.
I was like, there's so much other music that's come on the last few years that he hasn't done. I'm like, dang, I want to hear these other themes. Like, but whatever.
Yeah, so it's kind of cheating a little bit because it's something outside of Star Wars that makes me really love it.
Right.
But that little short snippet that's in the show, I really like too.
Cool.
I don't think it's cheating because
Well, thanks.
you enjoy
Appreciate
it,
that.
and it's based on those themes. So
Right.
it's a collab or something. I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not in it, but part of it is in it. So
It is
doesn't matter.
Star Wars
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an edit of what was in the
It's what it
show,
could have
so,
been.
yeah, basically. My number one is Open the Door from Mandalorian Season 2 finale. It's the song that
Oh,
plays
for Luke.
from basically when when the door opens and Luke walks in the room till
Yeah.
cuts to black.
Right.
This song is playing, and I said I listened to the other one often, but I listened to this. This is definitely my most listened to Star Wars song. It's beautiful. It's sad. I think the word that I use mostly for it, just especially at the end, is triumphant, and that's my favorite theme. And we may be returning to that topic in a few minutes here.
All right.
We'll see.
All right.
I'll talk a little more about that.
All right. Cool. All right. Next up, top 2 funny moments in Star Wars.
Yes, this might have been the hardest one for me to come up with too. So I have a couple honorable mentions. I'm sorry, we're supposed to keep it to 2, but I couldn't. First off, AP5 in Rebels when he's floating in space and the little creatures start landing
The
on
little
him.
butterfly things, yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to see. I fit so perfectly in this wonderful, beautiful. And then he sees the ghost coming. Oh, no, go away. I was so happy. And then the little sound as he gets
pick him
picked
up,
up by the ghost gets me every time. Hilarious. I love that scene. I don't really care so much for AP5, but that scene is just, it's outlandish and it's ridiculous, and it seems like it doesn't really fit in Star Wars, but it's in there and it's hilarious. So yeah. Also, anytime there's a B1 battle droid on the screen is comedy gold. So we'll get to my number 2 is also from Rebels. The first episode in Rebels, we meet Hondo Onaka. He has taken over Vizago's ship, and Ezra is supposed to go and do a deal with Vizago, but instead, Hondo and Ezra are gonna go to Asmorgan and try and sell him some. I think they're like power generators or shield generators, something like that. And as Morgan was having none of it. And so I'll do some more terrible impressions here. So Hondo starts off, he's like, Hondo Naka at your service. As Morgan, is this a joke? I don't deal with washed up old relics. Whoa, come now, let's leave your wife out of this. Oh no, there goes the camera.
Camera was laughing too hard on that one.
Stepped on the cord. Okay.
That's fine.
Is that where I was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close enough.
Good enough. Yeah, wash up. Let's leave your wife out of this. I think that's probably the best diss in Star Wars.
Yeah,
and,
it's pretty good.
And it gets me every time. I think it's hilarious. Hondo's definitely the funniest character in Star Wars.
Yeah,
and I think that's his
true.
best line, in my opinion. He has a million great lines, but yeah. And then my number one funniest moment is a moment I think is so terrible and so bad that I think it's funny, and I can't stop laughing anytime I see it, which isn't very often unless I like find a GIF or see it randomly online, because I don't go back and watch the Book of Boba Fett super often. But I think it's the finale. There we go. Is the spin, the guy spinning.
Oh no.
he's aiming his gun. He winds up, spins all the way around, back to the same spot he was already aiming at.
So bad.
It's so terrible. It's the stupidest thing ever, but I think it's absolutely hilarious every time. And I'll just watch it on loop. Just what is this guy doing?
Funny.
So, yeah. Book of Boba Fett spin.
Yep. All right. Drew, what's up next?
That's a great question. My phone turned off. What is your top two? Wait, where are we at? Sorry. Quotes. What's your top two favorite quotes?
After the funny moments, this was probably the next hardest to come up with. I want to start off with another honorable mention. Was not from Star Wars, but it was from Empire Radio. Your last interview you did with Marina, she said, check for a rat under your hat because you're cooking. And I laughed out loud. I was just by myself, just cracking up.
That's funny.
That was good. Shout out Marina. That was funny.
Yeah, she has a lot of fun sayings and quotes like that. I can follow on Instagram.
She's funny.
Yeah.
And then I changed my list like a couple days ago on this. I've had it set in stone for a while. And I've been watching Andor lately, and I'm almost done with season 2 on a rewatch. It's funny. All of my quotes are from Andor, which I mean is the best written Star Wars thing.
100%.
But they're all super long, and those monologues are pretty monologue-y. But my top one was going to be Saw Gerrera's like big speech to Willman in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I told my wife that, and she's like, "Really? Like, it doesn't like mean anything to you, and like, it's not like emotional or important." Which, like, yeah, but I mean, it's freaking Forrest Whitaker just going completely off the rails, huffing Rido and talking all sorts of crap. He's like, "You think I'm crazy? Yes, I am. Revolution is not for the sane." Yeah. Revolution is not for the sane. And then later on he says, "We're the Rido, kid. We're the fuel. We're the thing that explodes when there's too much friction in the air." Which I think is also a fire line,
Right.
and then he let it run wild and just has maniacal laughter at the end. So I bumped that off my top two. I was gonna have that on there. That is one of my all-time favorite scenes. That's probably top 5 all-time favorite scene in Star
Oh
Wars.
dang.
But I booted it off for another one that I saw in Andor. But I'll go to my number 2 is Marva's speech at the end of season 1 for her
Yeah.
funeral. I won't read the whole thing, but let's see. She says the Empire is a disease that thrives in darkness. It's never more alive than when we sleep is a good line. And then if I could do it again, I'd wake up early and be fighting those not so nice people from the start. I
Yeah.
mean, nothing gets me more fired up than those speeches in Andor, and I think Marva does one of the best ones. And I think that I think it was really interesting how in that scene you see uh, Cassian listening. You see Luthen listening. Luthen went there to go and kill Cassian, but he's listening to this, seeing that like Cassian's the one who inspired Marva to be so against the Empire with the Aldani raid. She was like really inspired by that, and Luthen's kind of sitting there realizing that Cassian's already like part of the rebellion. Like he was gonna
Yeah.
kill him, but now he's not. And Marva's great. Good old Aunt Petunia. Um, and then my new number one, as of Sunday, I think I was watching Andor, is Luthen in season 2 when Dedra Miro comes to raid his shop, and that's such an intense scene. She says he disgusts her, and he says, "You're too late. The rebellion isn't here anymore. It's flown away. It's everywhere now. There's a whole galaxy out there waiting to disgust you." And it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
boom.
that's a good one.
Yeah. Luthen's great. You know, his speech from season 1 is great, but I think his best line is that right there. It's just such a punch in the face. It's just boom. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Fun. All right. Next up, top 2 characters in Star Wars.
Yeah, this is a pretty simple list here. I feel like it's not very out of the ordinary for a lot of people. Number 2 is Anakin. And I mean, like, the whole character of Anakin, like Little Orphan Annie to Vader to Shadow Warrior Anakin and Ahsoka.
Right.
Like the whole thing, especially that end character, like him with all his knowledge of everything that he's done, coming back to the light side. Vader's the best villain in probably like ever, like in history of cinema, you know, the most iconic, one of the best villains ever. And Anakin, I think, has one of the best arcs ever, and he's he's a great guy, you know. Excuse me, I gotta cough real quick. And he's what the Jedi should be. He's so good, like in his heart. He struggles with things and he tries to overcome them, and he's not always successful. But when it comes deep down, he's good. The first time I watched Revenge of the Sith, after watching Clone Wars, I knew it was going to be emotional, having seen all of that. But just the first scene right off the bat, you get the battle above Coruscant. Um, one of the clone troopers say something bad's going on. Immediately, Anakin's just like, "Okay, I'm gonna go help him." Like he cared so much about people. He cared so much about the clone troopers. He'd drop everything and just go help people that's Anakin for you. And yeah, he's great.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, yes, that was my number 2, wasn't it? Number 1, I mean, it may be a mystery if you're watching the video here, but it's Ahsoka Tano, the best character in Star Wars.
Awesome.
She has a great arc. You know, people I hear and I kind of experienced. She's kind of annoying when you first meet her. She's all like, "Oh, Sky Guy, I'm not gonna follow the rules. Like we could do better than whatever you say." And by the end of it, she is not just like the best as in like the greatest character, but the best as in like the goodest character, like the most righteous character. She's everything the Jedi are supposed to be. I was thinking
Yep.
about it earlier today, and it's like by like Revenge of the Sith time and after that, like she, in my opinion, like from a certain point of view, like she's one of the only actual Jedi left. Like the Jedi had fallen so far and they were corrupt and blinded by their pride, but not her. Like she was, even after she left the Jedi, she was more of a Jedi than most of them were. And best character in Star Wars.
Yeah. And we're still waiting on season 2 of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting what they do with that season and her character. So
I do want to say Rebels Ahsoka is my favorite version of Ahsoka.
oh, dang.
I think Rosario Dawson is fine. Like she's not amazing. I thought in Mandalorian a lot of Ahsoka she's really stiff, which I mean I don't blame. She's human, so she's not going to be as acrobatic as Ahsoka actually is. But I don't know. She's fine. It's just
I don't know. I think it was
Rebels is
perfect casting for live action. Like she looks like what Ahsoka would probably look like if she was
sure. Give her
Which-
longer like you though.
Yeah, they originally did it, but like they couldn't. They just got in the way of movement. They said they had to shorten it up. I think I heard season 2 they're going to be longer,
Yeah.
but that's just a rumor.
It's not super important or anything, but
Right. But I think in Rebels her leg would go down to her like hips.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it was very weird when we first saw her in
right
The Mandalorian,
Right.
and it was like
down to like her.
right under her neck.
Yeah, I think it
Right.
was like to her armpits or something like that.
Yeah. Looked
So-
like season 1 Clone Wars Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Right.
But
But it is what it
Ariana
is.
Greenblatt was great.
Oh yeah,
It's really good.
for a young Ahsoka live action, that
Yeah.
was perfect casting too.
Yeah. she
And I
did
thought
really
she
good.
did a lot better fighting too. She looked a lot better doing the fighting. I don't
Right.
know if it was her or if it was like a stunt.
I think some of the close-ups was her because there's like the behind the scenes of her practicing with Hayden Christensen, but I think some of the more crazier moves they had the same lady that did the mocap for her and against Maul in season 7.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the same actress that did some of that. So
I need to go through and rewatch the Ahsoka season 1. It's been
Yeah,
a
me too.
hot minute.
yeah, it's been almost 3 years since it came out.
Yeah.
This August will be 3 years. So
I've gone
long.
back and watched that one episode several times.
yeah, Shadow Warrior is so good.
Yeah, but I haven't gone back. I need to go back and watch that whole season also.
All right, fun. All right, Drew, what's up next?
Yeah, so we just did your top 2 characters. What's your top 2 favorite moments in Star Wars?
Yes. This was another kind of tough one. I changed this one somewhat recently too. I was going to have the throne room, like Vader's choice at the end of Return of the Jedi when Palpatine's shocking Luke and he's looking back and forth like what to do, and I like to put myself into his mind, thinking that he's probably thinking about Mace Windu and Palpatine in that fight, and it's probably the biggest regret of his entire life is that moment right there that set everything off onto that path, and he finally has a chance to redeem himself in some way and choose his
Mhm.
son and go against Palpatine. That was going to be my number one, but when we get to my number one, I'll explain why I changed it. Number two, this is kind of on a whim. There's probably other moments that I like more, like Ahsoka versus Vader, or Ahsoka versus Maul, something like that. But again, watching Andor recently, um, there's the scene in season 2 with I call him cereal just because
That's
you
his
are what
name.
you eat, and he
Hmm.
eats cereal, and his name's already kind of like that.
You are what you eat.
Yeah. So cereal is he confronts Dedra at the Gorman massacre, and he realizes that he's been played, and kind of this slaughter is he has some responsibility for that, and he goes down into the courtyard, and we get this beautiful scene that's just a close up spinning around on him. All the chaos is going on around him. Kind of goes into slow motion a little bit. um, I didn't notice it the first time, but when we just watched it recently, when it goes close on his face, he has a tear running down his cheek, looking at, like, oh no, what have I done? His Anakin moment, what have I done? No. But you guys have talked about this a lot. We don't need to talk about Serial much more, but tragic character in my opinion. He's just as much of a victim as a lot of people. He drank the Kool-Aid, and he was misinformed. Um,
He drank that Kool-Aid too.
he did. But I love the scene. It's beautiful cinematography, beautiful music playing, and he gets bumped, and he turns to the side, and he sees Cassian. And I think, again, I like to put myself into his mind, like, what is he thinking when he sees Cassian right there? And I think he looks back on his whole life, and every time that he's had some major failure, it's always been because of Cassian. Like, and he sees Cassian there, and he's just like, somehow this is your fault. Like,
Yeah.
even like somehow my part in this is somehow your fault too. And it's like, have you guys ever listened to like Hamilton or watched the play?
I
I
have, yeah.
haven't.
I love Hamilton. I was obsessed with it for a long time. I had the whole thing memorized at one point. I don't anymore, but towards the end, there's a scene where Aaron Burr and Hamilton are writing letters back and forth, and Aaron Burr says, I look back on where I failed, and in every place I checked, the only common thread has been your disrespect. And I kind of feel like that's what Serial's kind of feeling right now, too.
Yeah.
It's the same way, and a switch flips in his head from, like, I've done this horrible thing to he's the cog. He's come out of the machine for just a second. Somebody just placed him back in the machine again. He he flips the switch and goes after Cassian, and the fight's great. And the fight reminds me a lot of a certain fight at the end of a certain Last of Us Part Two. Just I won't spoil that for anybody because the show and
Yeah.
whatever. But sprinting and starting the fight off, tackling to them to the ground, and like fighting with one of them on the ground reminded me a lot. Just very visceral and dirty and ugly fighting to the
Hmm.
death. Good stuff. So yeah, I really like that moment. My number one, I said I would come back to it, and here we are, is the end of Mandalorian season 2. Um, Originally, I did not have this on my list, even though this is no question. This has always been my favorite moment in Star Wars since it happened. But I will never forgive the Book of Boba Fett for bringing back Grogu so fast and kind of undoing the
Yeah.
emotional
Yeah.
price of that last
That's
scene
a
in
lot of people's
Mandalorian.
opinion.
So that's why I had that off the list, and I had that other one at my number one spot. But I I figured I listened to the music a lot lately from that scene, just because I had that on my list, and like I can't leave it off because that is my favorite scene, my favorite moment in all of Star Wars. Um, just to start off, like seeing Luke come through those doors um, was incredible. So when I didn't think of anything when the X-wing showed up, it should have been obvious, but I didn't think of anything. And then we see him going through the halls, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who that is. They show with color and show the green lightsaber, and I'm kind of colorblind, so I can't really tell it's a green lightsaber. Like maybe it's yellow, or is it green, or what? And then it shows his gloved hand. I'm like, oh, is that Luke? And then he comes through the door, and you're wondering, like, who is it gonna be? Like, is it Sebastian Stan? Is it like
Right.
some other actor? And it's just Luke, and it's just Return of the Jedi Luke. And I thought they did a good job, aside from some of the mouth stuff, but
They could do a
then it
better
gets
job now for sure with
Yeah, but
AI.
they did
could.
a big jump
I
was in Book of Boba Fett when he was there. They did
Yeah.
it was a lot better in
Yeah,
Book of Boba
it
Fett.
was.
So
Um,
And Ahsoka
I
season
would have,
2.
yeah,
We'll probably see him.
maybe.
maybe it
I
could
think
be.
they should just recast him. I don't think they should do the
No,
CGI.
at this point they can't.
Yeah, it's too late now. They have to deep fake it. But deep faking is so much better now.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Like
pretty
like
easy now too,
you wouldn't
right?
even notice the difference.
Compared to like CGIing the whole thing.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I love the part where they're saying goodbye, and he's holding Grogu up, and he kind of puts his hand on his helmet, and he lifts the helmet up, and I love the soft it's kind of Grogu-y music, kind of like, it's not his theme, but it's kind of similar to his theme that's playing there. And he touches Din Djarin's face, and Din Djarin just closes his eyes and just takes it all in. Like, I get emotional when that happens, start tearing up a little bit. And then my favorite part of that scene is um, when, well, first off, before I get to that, when we were watching it, we like the whole X-wing coming in, lightsaber hallway scene. My wife and I, we were just at the edge of our seats, just like, oh wow, this is so cool. And then Luke comes through the door, and we stand up, and I don't even know how we got there, but by the end of the scene, we were standing like 2 or 3 feet in front of the TV. Both of us were standing there, and R2 comes around him. I raise up my hands, and victory. Like, I don't know what victory I just won, but I mean, we did it. There's
We won.
R2. This is amazing. And it's sad to see, a father figure giving up his son. And, Grogu's been cute, but, it's his time to go. But when Luke has Grogu, and he turns around and has him over his shoulder and is walking away, turns around, and it shows all the group sitting in the bridge watching him go, just all emotional. And then that's when I said about the music, triumphant was one of the words. Like, when Luke is taking him away, the music kind of gets like uneasy for a second, like kind of like what's going on, and then it just breaks through as he's walking away into like this big epic, like the horns come in, and triumphant, that's the word that I want to use for it, is like
Yeah.
the mission was accomplished. Like he's home, he's where he needs to be, even though it's sad. And I love the part when he's walking down, you get just the horns and the strings do the Mandalorian little and just amazing. That's my all-time favorite scene. And then they, like I said, they killed it. They could have ended the show right there, and I would have been so happy. Like perfect ending, couldn't have been any better. And then
right. All right, fun. Well, now on the opposite end of the spectrum, top 2 least favorite moments in Star Wars.
Yep. So we're gonna stick with the whole Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett theme here, and we're gonna go to Book of Boba Fett. I said the spinning guy already, which I considered putting on this list, but I am choosing the Vespas. It has ruined Vespas for me. Not that I care at all about Vespas, but anytime I see a Vespa, I'm just like, wow. Just Vespas. Stupid Book of Boba Fett. With the high-speed 2-mile-an-hour chase through Tatooine and all the bright colors. Like, I wouldn't hate it so much if it was on, like, Coruscant or something.
Right.
But
true.
Tatooine, it just should not happen. Should not be there. At all. It's stupid. That's all I have to say about it. It's just dumb. So yeah, that's my number 2. Number 1, we're gonna go. I haven't talked at all about the sequels yet, which I mean we'll have to get to here in a few minutes. But I don't hate The Last Jedi as much as most people do, but the scene at the end on Crate where Finn is about to sacrifice himself and destroy the thing, and then it cuts to Rose driving in on her little speeder and rams into him and stops him from doing that. And then she pulls out that great line, "We're not going to win this by fighting what we hate, but by saving what we love." And he was all mad. I hate that line. And I'll come back to that in just a second. But I hate that she's like, "I saved you, silly," or something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then she kisses him another Star Wars non-consensual kiss. Hot takes, going back for just a second, I went through several hot takes. The original one, I don't know if you guys remember, but probably like a year ago or something like that, I sent in a voicemail and I teased I had this super great hot take that I was going to share with everybody, and I never did because I've kind of cooled off. But it was Han and Leia. Like, Han is creepy and cringy and super inappropriate, and that scene in the hallway on the Millennium Falcon where she tells him no like 10 times and he keeps on moving in, the non-consensual kiss. Like, anyways, I've cooled off on that a little bit because I get it. Like, she does actually really like him.
Right.
She's into it, but still.
Right.
Another non-consensual kiss. Finn and Rose. I hate the whole not fighting what we hate, saving what we love, because what do you think he was doing there, Rose? He was about to sacrifice himself to save everybody. Like,
right.
If we don't know what happens from the point of view there, now they're doomed because they're stuck in this cave and their only hope was for him to destroy that machine right there.
Right.
And you know what Jesus says about this? Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Yep.
Talk about saving what you love. He was showing a great act of love by sacrificing himself for his friends.
Yep.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Right.
Yeah, that's my least favorite moment.
Exciting.
That's fair.
All right, Drew. What's up
Yes.
next?
What is your top 2 deaths?
Oh, yes. I was scrolling through my list here and I skipped right over that. So, okay. Honorable mention to Fives.
Yep.
Also, one that I love is Lieutenant Nolan in Bad Batch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Lieutenant.
When Crosshair
Glorious.
finally turns on the Empire.
So good. And up until Maul Shadow Lord, I think Lieutenant Nolan was probably my most hated like Imperial officer until whatever the heck that guy's name is in Maul. It's like
I forget. Well, I have it
they
right
couldn't have
notes here.
made a more hateable Imperial officer. I've
Right.
never hated somebody so fast watching something that I hate that stupid guy in Maul.
Lieutenant Blake.
Blake, yeah,
Yeah.
most punchable face, and the way he like snaps his finger to get people to do so. Oh my gosh, just immediately you hate him. And when he has his death, inevitably, it will be glorious. I'm gonna change my list here again. I was gonna have a certain death at the end of Jedi Survivor that I won't spoil for anybody, but that was amazing and great. So I'm gonna go with number 2. This is again from my recent and/or watch. Lonnie. I don't know why, but I really like Lonnie. He's a great character. He's the spy
Right.
in
The mole.
the mole. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. He didn't need to die. Like, if there was one person that I could go back and just, like, you're safe now, I would go back and save Lonnie, and so he can go and pick up his family and go to Yavin and be done with the whole Empire. He didn't deserve it. He did so much, and I feel like I get kind of why Luthen did it, because Luthen specifically asks, like, how are they going to come after this? And he's like, they're going to come after me with everything they have. And then that's when Luthen kind of takes a step back and he kind of thinks for a second and then tells him Yavin is the safe place, because he just made the decision right there that we can't risk letting the Empire catch you if they're coming after you with everything they have. But tragic. Lonnie's a cool guy. Seems like a good guy, and just tragic. Number 2, to the surprise of no one, who this person's probably been on this list for a million different interviews, is Kanan. Probably the saddest death in all of Star Wars, in my opinion. Kanan's another one of the just good people that's a Jedi that just helps people and does good. And to this day, anytime my wife and I either hear the word Kanan, whether it's actually talking about the character Kanan or not, or see him in a picture, we just, oh no, Kanan, every time, because it's sad, because he's a good one. And, again, sacrificing himself to save those that he loves.
All right. Fun. All right, well, this is where we normally do our hot take, but you already did that. So, Drew, what's after that?
So, yeah, you already did that. So, rank the trilogies.
So what's
I
your
feel
least
like
favorite? What's your middle? And then what's your top?
I feel like you could probably guess by just what I've talked about so far, but I'll put the sequels at the bottom, the original trilogy in the middle, and the prequels at the top.
All right.
The sequels are just fine. We'll get into that a little more in a second. Um, the original trilogy is great and amazing, but the prequels to me, like, that's what Star Wars is starships going around, tons of Jedi everywhere doing awesome Force things and having lots of lightsaber fights, blasters, clones, droids. Like, that's Star Wars to me.
Right.
So that's why I have that as my number one.
Fun.
It's good.
Well, that brings us to our final category tonight, the big one. Well, so I guess when I sent this to you, it's to rank all 11 films. Did you
It's
throw
12.
in Mando?
Yeah, of
You put in
course.
12? Oh, it's the first
This is
ever
the first
top
one.
12.
First one here.
So go ahead, just start from the bottom, work your way up. We'll just list them off, and then we'll go
Okay.
back and ask questions.
All right, so Rise of Skywalker is last. Sorry guys, but Solo's next.
Ooh.
The Force Awakens after that, then The Last Jedi, then Mandalorian and Grogu, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Rogue One, and Revenge of the Sith. And if we're being real here, because this is a real podcast, like,
It's not a fake podcast. It's a real one. It's a real podcast.
The best movie is The Siege of Mandalore. Those 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I've seen cuts where they like take out the intros and the credits at the end and it seamlessly goes into one movie.
Yeah.
That's the best movie. But yeah,
I think there's people who've done cuts where they put it in with Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah.
All right. So
I have a lot of questions.
So first question is, why is Solo so low?
Yes. I only hate one Star Wars movie, and that is by far The Rise of Skywalker. I hate that movie. I think the whole thing
Over
is
The Last Jedi?
dumb.
That's crazy.
And I've seen it maybe 3 times, and 2 of those times I've fallen asleep watching it.
Oh, dang.
So I don't like that movie. So that's the only movie that I don't like, though. So I have Solo next. I don't dislike Solo. Like, it's fine. Again, I've only seen it like 3 or 4 times, and at least 2 of those times I've fallen asleep watching it.
So this is all based on how tired you are, or what?
No. For some reason, to me, it's just kind of boring. I don't know what it is, because it's not, there's lots of stuff going on, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Watching it, I just don't care very much. Like, I think, what's the guy's name? Alden Ehrenreich or something like that. He is great as Han Solo. What's the guy's name? Donald Glover is great.
He's the GOAT
as Lando. I like the crew that Han gets with, like the gang that he goes with, like with, I don't remember any of their names, but Woody Harrelson and that one alien dude and Andy Newton. I think they're all great, and I wish they would have survived because I really like them, and I feel like I would have liked the movie more, especially that alien guy, like with the forearms.
Right.
I was so happy to see one of those guys in Mandalorian and Grogu, by the way. But I thought that was a great character, and I think it hurt the movie getting rid of him that early. But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's just I don't like it. I don't know what to say. It's just not for me, I guess. And it came out before I watched Clone Wars, so when Maul comes, like I don't care very much. I
Oh
knew
dang!
that he was alive, like I knew that he comes back somehow. Somehow Maul returned, but I didn't
Always.
really care at all. So yeah, sorry.
Let's see. What other questions?
Last Jedi. Why is that so high?
Well, first off, it's the fourth from last, so
It's
it's
too
not really
high.
that
Let's talk
high.
about it. We
I
gotta talk
think The
about it.
Last Jedi has some of the best stuff in Star Wars, but also some of the worst things in all of
That
Star
is true.
Wars. It has the best cinematography, it has one of the best scores. I think the connection between Rey and Kylo Ren is beautifully done, and I am invested in it, and I love those scenes. It has some campiness in it that I really hate. I don't like
You like the
uh,
throne scene though?
Canto Bite. I don't like the throne scene. I did when I first watched it, but I feel like most people, once you actually
Watch
dive
it.
into it and
Yeah.
break it down, that it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
I think Rey should have accepted Kylo Ren's offer to join him, and I think that would have led to a much better story in the last one, which I wouldn't change much from the first two of the sequels, and I would totally scrap the last one and do something completely different. I would bring back Snoke somehow. Somehow Snoke returned instead of somehow
Well, he
Palpatine
had
returned.
all those other
Exactly.
bodies in those tubes on
Yeah, and Andy
Exegol.
Serkis is great, so
True.
more him would have been good. He's kind of wasted. Just he didn't even do anything. He just died. He was menacing and he was really good, and then he just is dead.
Right. Yeah, and you got, like, as most people, Episode 3 and Rogue One in your top two, so that's
Yeah,
pretty
what can I
standard for a lot
say?
of people. So why is Revenge of the Sith your number one? We all know, but we should just hear it
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
words.
I think that was the first one that I saw in theaters. I don't remember seeing it in theaters, but I remember knowing that I saw it in theaters
Right.
and loving it and thinking it was really cool that it was super dark and the bad guys lost. And immediately it was my favorite movie, just period. And it was for a little while. Um, I don't think that the writing and acting is bad. I think it's supposed to be that way, and I think it works.
I think a
And
lot of people have changed their thoughts on that.
yeah,
Right. And I think a lot of
yeah,
people think that Hayden Christensen in Episode 3 is the same as Hayden Christensen in Episode 2, when it's not. Like,
no,
No.
it's completely different, and people just think because it was terrible, allegedly a terrible in season or in
hmm
Episode 2, that it was also bad in 3, but that's not true. So
I also love the deleted scenes for it. You get like the little making signs between Anakin and Obi-Wan, trying to communicate with each other, and you get Anakin speaking like droid, like doing the little whistles. No, this is up and means down.
but also the lightsaber choreography that they cut.
Yeah,
There's
it was
from
also
both
very
the
cool.
Dooku fight, which was 10 times better, and then
Yeah.
Palpatine fight. Like, they should have just kept it in.
Somebody in the Discord posted a video of somebody that animated the Dooku fight and included some of the cut choreography.
Yeah,
That was a good one. That
someone's
was good.
out there working on another animation project for some of that stuff. So that's gonna be cool when that comes
Yeah,
out. Who knows when? But
yeah. And then I will say, not about Revenge of the Sith, just the middle of my list there, I have Mandalorian and Grogu, then Phantom Menace, then Attack of the Clones. Those three are pretty much all interchangeable to me. They're all kind of on the
right,
same level. I really like all of them. I put Phantom Menace ahead just because it's one of the OG, the classics, and it's not one of the OTs, but it's one of the OGs,
Right.
Yeah.
And
OT.
I put 2 ahead just because I love the clones, and you get the introduction to the clones and Camino and Geonosis in that one, and plus you get my little guys here,
Oh,
little LAATs and Venators. Actually, I don't know if no, they're in that one too.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I like Revenge of the Sith so much, is because I like the clones so much.
Right.
And they're all over. And they're awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sweet.
Well, that is your interview. Thanks for coming on and giving all these hot takes and top 2s and everything. Pretty fun.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I was confused when you asked me if I was going to be on. I'm like, why? Like, I'm just, as Gregor says, just some plebe. I think that's what he calls people.
Hey, we like to have people who are involved in the community, and you're sending in voicemails all the time, so figured we could have you on. So it's like, if you ever want to be on, you got to be involved with voicemails, join the Discord, and be involved. And if we feel like you're part of this community, we'd like to have you on. Like, we're like, more interviews, the better, in my opinion.
Well, and we found out you're OG too, the Mandalorian podcast. So.
Oh yeah, so
it's been a long time.
Did you listen to Ahsoka Save too?
No, a Clone Wars Save
or whatever. Same thing.
Of course.
All right, fun. Well, now that the interview's over, we can transition to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time. It's voicemail time. All right. Well, we just have one voicemail tonight.
What?
And so this was sent in actually a couple weeks ago. We did our Lord of the Rings review last week, and the week before we were off, and this was sent before that, but after our Mando movie review. So this is an update from our good friend Brady, who we haven't heard from in a while, but he wanted to give an update on his life as well as his thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So let's take a listen.
Hey there, Empire Radio. It's Brady calling. I haven't left a voicemail in a little bit. I just wanted to update you guys and say, well, first off, I finished my training, so now the military's moving me back out to Ontario to have my first real job. Woohoo! So that'll be nice. And secondly, I just wanted to say I was listening to your guys' take on the Mandalorian and Grogu, and I just saw it with my parents after my graduation, and honestly, I really liked it. Like, I get what you guys are saying about the rewatchability and stuff, and I understand that because it's a fun movie. Like, you watch it, you know what you're getting, that sort of thing. I guess that's just kind of the mentality I went in with it with. It was like, this is just going to be a fun flick that's going to be a super long episode of The Mandalorian. And that's what I got. And because of that, I was real happy. My parents, who are less avid Star Wars fans than me, really enjoyed it. I could hear them chuckling the whole time. They loved Grogu, they loved the Anzellans, and they loved that scene with the Hutts flopping around on the floor when they were fighting each other. That was really interesting. And I loved seeing, I think my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts, was seeing the Hutts like that in their warrior stage. I also just really liked the fight scene with Rod and Mando. Anyway, running out of time, but take care, and yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brady.
Congrats.
Yep. He's full-time now in Canadian's military or something like that. So that's pretty cool that you got a big boy job. Now you're done with college and you're protecting those borders from the United States.
From us.
But that's cool. Congratulations. Also, thank you for your thoughts on the movie Mandalorian Grogu. Yeah, just pretty much what everyone else is saying. It's fun, but not the best. I think he mentioned, he posted in the Discord that he got his girlfriend to go watch, and she hasn't watched like anything Star Wars or something like that. So that's pretty cool. And I think he said in that comment that she enjoyed it. So that is pretty cool. But
yeah, Jeremiah, I think you're the only one who thinks this movie's not the way. Everybody else that we hear from is just, they all like it.
I just don't think it's the way because it just doesn't add enough. It doesn't change Star Wars for me. Like, it's enjoyable, but it's just I want an impactful story. But maybe down the line I'll like it more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of more potential now that this was like the last like Kathleen Kennedy project, and now this is like moving forward with more Dave Filoni at the helm stuff. So I'm excited for the future. So that Starfighter movie is next, and I think that should be a pretty fun movie. But
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
That was another one of my hot takes that I went through is Kathleen Kennedy doesn't deserve all the hate that she gets.
I do agree with that.
Go look at her resume and tell me that she's bad at her job.
I can't agree with that.
People would just, if it wasn't for the bad sequel trilogy, people would not be as mad. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
But we're not here to discuss Kathleen Kennedy. That is our interview with Skyking. That is voicemail. So we'll go over some social media and we can get out of here. So if you're new to Empire Radio and you want to get connected to us, go in the description below, links.co/Empire Radio. Links below 2 eyes. Click that landing page for everything. So you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow us on Twitch for live streams. You can join the Discord if you want to hang out with some Star Wars people and talk about Star Wars. You can also send voicemails too. Never send a voicemail? We'd love to hear from you. Also, join our Patreon. The link is there as well, and you can help give us a few bucks to help us just cover the costs of our production. We're not looking for a lot, but with that, we started some Patreon exclusive with non-Star Wars content. We have some of that stuff already on YouTube that we've been doing, but now we're moving that all over to we're going to start doing new stuff on Patreon exclusive. So go check that out.
Super cheap. Yoretsu just wrote in the chat, are we going to do Project Hail Mary? Because we were speaking of Ryan Gosling.
We could.
For Patreon.
I think we should. We got all these ideas coming up. Like we're gonna do last two Lord of the Rings movies. Then we're gonna do Avatar. You mentioned Interstellar, so we should do that one. I
haven't seen that.
Interstellar, gotta do that one.
Maybe we can do
Unacceptable.
Maybe we can do Project Hail Mary also. I got to put in the Discord a channel for like suggestions,
requests for
of what Patreon members want, but also like
100%.
People would probably want me to do Shrek because isn't the trailer for the fifth
There's a
movie
new one, and everyone's mad because it looks way different.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Who cares about all the other ones? The first one, you gotta watch.
You have to, bro.
We'll see.
And if there's anything else you guys want to mention that you guys want us to do,
put that in the Discord for people.
Like I mentioned in the beginning, Patreon, it's not very expensive. It's like $3. But if you want to know what I said wrong, you have to. Because I honestly have no idea. Because part of this thing about Patreon is I can't even go watch it myself unless I pay. So
technically you can. You just gotta go on our YouTube channel and go behind the scenes and watch it. It's private, so you can watch it.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to watch it then. I got to figure this out. But
Night Wolf says, do you guys watch horror movies? Just curious. I don't watch them.
I don't really either.
And we probably won't do too many rated R TVMA. We'll do like The Last of Us season 3 when that comes out, after it ever comes out.
We never did season 2 though.
Oh, we didn't even do season 2 because it was so terrible.
Yeah, season 2 sucked.
The video game's way better.
Definitely.
But we'll do that stuff kind of as a on basis. Every basis will kind of
whatever comes out. But we don't really do horror movies.
We want to make it accessible to our general audience, which is family friendly. So we'll maybe do some more like maybe a little bit more mature stuff. Like Interstellar is pretty like intense, but it's not like inappropriate. But we'll see. Maybe there's a tasteful horror movie we could watch. I don't know.
We can watch Get Out. It's not that bad. Have you seen that?
No.
Have you?
No,
Skyking? Whoa.
I've only seen Nope. Is the only one of his movies I've
Oh,
seen.
Get Out's the best one. And it's honestly,
that's what
it's
I've
not
heard, yeah.
really horror-y. It's just more mind stuff.
Well, speaking of Get Out, let's get out of here. So, you've been listening to another interview-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
I'm Skyking.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.